be with you on a Tuesday. My name is Jerry Miller. Thank you kindly for joining us. John Shanesy in the house, executive chef, Commonwealth Restaurant Skybar. We will get to him in a matter of moments. This man, a talented chef. He's the EC at Skybar, previously the executive chef at the Whiskey Jar. He's worked at some behemoths up and down the eastern seaboard. We will spotlight that. We're going to talk about the trials and tribulations of being a chef, what he does to unwind. This is just going to be a great show. We are live on 7 Facebook pages across the I Love CVille network. Give it a like and share on any of the pages that you're watching. If you have a question for Chef, put it in the chat box. I am happy to relay it to John. Thank you, Johnny Garver, for watching, John Updike in Crozet, Kyle Irvin of Charlottesville Transit, a lot of folks on the feed. Before we welcome John, let's thank some of the sponsors that make the program possible. One of our favorite clients, we're an advertising agency, is Interstate Pest and Service Companies. This business guy started in 1969 with the first generation Mr. Wells. All he had was himself in a truck for a company. He would go to the first home, service it successfully in 1969, find the closest payphone where he would call his second customer. Today, it's a 4-generation family-owned business, has almost 100 employees, and a footprint that's the entire Commonwealth of Virginia. And it started here in Charlottesville. I freaking love celebrating stories like that. I really, really do. It gets my rocks off, man. And I also want to give some props to one of our other favorite clients, and it's the good doctor, Scott Wagner, of Scott Wagner Chiropractic and Sports Medicine, chiropractic care, physical therapy, sports medicine. This guy is changing people's lives. Who's got your back? Dr. Wagner's got your back. I have the easy job. I sit on this microphone. I get to spotlight entrepreneurs and chefs and business owners and the mayor of Charlottesville and politicians, whatever it may be. The guys that have the hard job are the guys on the team like Harris Tolber and Judah Wickhauer and Lauren Linsky and the team upstairs. So it takes teamwork to make the dream work. And it certainly does in a kitchen, and it certainly does here at I Love CVille. Let's go to the studio cam. Let's welcome the man, the myth, the legend. That is John Shanesy. First, John, what up, dude? How's it going?
It's going great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm going great. I'm doing well. First, I'm a huge fan. I was a huge fan of you at the Whiskey Jar. Then I fell in love with your cuisine even more at the Dual Chef Showdown.
Thank you.
What you're doing at Commonwealth Skybar is you and your sous chef, Rick Cato, and the team. Mm-hmm. You guys have made the menu more approachable.
Yeah, definitely. We're going for like a seafood thing, kind of like a, Eastern Shore, kind of like clams and oysters and stuff like that. Yeah.
I love everything that's happening there. Yeah. I think and I'll be straight shooter, I'm saying this, you're not saying this. I think for a little bit of time, it went through a little bit of a rut.
Yeah, definitely.
And you and Rick and the team, I could tell why you transferred from the Whiskey Jar to Skybar.
Yeah.
You and the team have taken it out of the rut and then made it back to being one of the premier restaurants of the mall. And
thank you.
It's true. We'll talk strategy. We'll talk being a chef. First, introduce to the world who John Shanesy is the man.
Oh, man. Just, I guess, a line cook. Work hard enough. I do my best to try to focus on the work-life combo, spend a lot of time with my wife and kid, and change diapers and all that. Try to get home early, try to leave for work when I can, not too late, not too early. But that's it, man. Simple being.
My wife, who's watching right now, says, I love this guy, John Shanesy, because he brought up changing diapers. She says, I don't change enough diapers. I'm working my ass off here 70 hours a week. You're working your ass off, too. Yeah. How do you balance fatherhood and being a husband when you're being a chef, which is one of the most labor-intensive jobs out there?
I don't know, man. Just make sure your time is spent well if you're at home or at the restaurant, work really hard, and then when you get home, hang out really hard. Play with trucks and police cars, and like I said, change the diaper when the diaper's dirty, and cook food or bring food home or whatever. Just try to be all where you are, really.
I love it. You're saying live in the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely have an eye on the big picture and the goals and everything, and work towards those very hard and diligently and tenaciously, but. Don't forget what you're doing right now. I've
always admired your big picture mindset, and I've always admired your sense of maturity and
thanks.
Being on time and sense of focus. I mean, you're a razor focused dude. Has it always been that way, or did it get more razor focused since you had a kid and a wife?
It hasn't always been that way. I was definitely a fuck up for a long time, and I don't know, when Justin and Steve from Parallel kind of gave me my first opportunity to lead a kitchen was kind of when I was like, okay, it's no more fucking around. It's game time. I got these guys' business on the line. So that's probably when I started really, really focusing on cuisine and training the staff and, trying to mentor people and stuff like that. And,
Talk to me about Parallel 38.
well, I haven't been to the new location, but it was a great opportunity for me. I got to do some fun stuff with
In
Justin.
Stonefield?
Yeah, back at the first location.
Yeah.
Actually, I always call it the trio of chefs. It's myself, Rick Cato, and Andrew Hunter. So I met Andrew Hunter, and we brought him on over at Commonwealth. He's great. I worked with some awesome guys there. Like I said, Justin and Steve. I learned a ton of stuff from them, and forever grateful for those guys. And, but the food's wonderful. It's simple, and the small plate thing works, and their new space is beautiful. I always really liked it when Mark from Latois had it, when I was just washing dishes at Continental Divide.
I love that. That's a natural springboard into your evolution as a chef. Talk to me about, and you said this when we've done stuff in the past, dude, you've done like every position in the kitchen.
Yeah, I think you should. I don't think you should, get a chef job unless you've washed dishes, I mean, there's the kids that go to culinary school and they're superstars and stuff like that, and that's great. But in a town like Charlottesville, a lot of the good ones started in the dish pit and just were tenacious and kept after it. And now they're chefs or owners or whatever,
How about Continental Divide, working the dish pit there? I mean, Continental Divide is a freaking mecca, dude.
It really is.
I mean, I don't see how...
It's probably the coolest restaurant.
It's so freaking cool, dude. I mean, it's standing room only all the time.
Yeah.
There's always people chilling outside, even in the rain.
Yep.
I mean, the acoustics are horrendous, yet people don't care.
Yeah, always busy.
Always busy.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to me about that entire experience.
It's just great. Duffy was the man. He was a great guy to work for. Really helped me focus and find out that I wanted to do this because at the time, I had no experience in anything, but he gave me a shot, hired me, even though it was just a dishwashing position. It's like it meant a lot to me, and it still does.
What makes Continental Divide so great, you think?
Consistency.
Menu never changes, really.
Not really, no. When they come up with something really good, they'll put it on.
Like a special.
Yeah. Like I don't know the last thing that they changed, but yeah. I mean, I still crave that food, even though I ate it every day, like over top a trash can with dishwater soaked hands and stuff. It was really good.
I freaking love that. From Continental, where to?
From there, I made pizzas at Crozet Pizza.
Nice. The one in Crozet or on Hollywood?
Yeah, that one wasn't there at that time.
And then it was Buddhist Biker Bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just the one out in Crozet before the expansion and all that stuff.
Okay.
So
what was that like?
It was cool. Like I worked with two dudes there that had been there for 5 years or so, and the owners are the folks of someone that I went to school with. They were also very nice, and I met them at Continental Divide. It was fun just making pizza and working in Crozet. Crozet is a beautiful area. That's when I went to just like work the fryer at Bonefish, and that was like the epitome of a corporate fry job.
From Crozet Pizza, you went to Bonefish?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That's like opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, I think I was doing both at the same time for a little while.
Because you were chasing the cheddar?
Yeah. The weak cheddar, the $11 an hour cheddar, but yeah, definitely.
And when you went from Bonefish to, did you keep the job at Crozet Pizza? Where'd you
for
go
a little
there?
while.
Okay.
And I think I went to 4th Street after that. I don't know, it's been a while. I haven't looked back on this in a while. So, yeah, the fryers at Bonefish, man, that's like woof.
Tell me why.
I mean, it's a fry restaurant. You have like 4 fryers, all of them timers, and you're just a machine frying shrimp over and over and over again.
How many times you get splattered and burnt?
I stuck my thumb in the fryer there one time. That was pretty bad. I was like clearing it out and used this like long angled rod, and there's a spout at the bottom, and I couldn't get the massive amount of breader that was caked into the bottom through, and it finally pushed through, and my hand just went in it too, and it was like, just like boiling your hand. But
did you finish the shift?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did it rip the skin off your thumb?
No, not too, but not till later.
Okay.
You know, I taped it up.
You taped it up?
Yeah.
Did you miss the ship the next day?
Nah.
Really?
Nah, yeah.
Is that the worst injury in the kitchen?
Probably. It wasn't that bad either. I don't know. I don't know if that's the worst.
No knife injuries?
Some pretty bad ones, but I'm going on a few years without having a really bad one. So
Yeah?
Yeah, knock on wood.
No, I'm knocking for you. This is IKEA
thanks.
from Micah,
Yeah.
by the way.
I do this sandwich pop-up with my brother and chop half my finger off. That'd be awful, man.
He's got a pop-up coming up. He's got, Johnny Garver says, the Bonefish days.
Yeah, he that's where I met him. He's a chef over at Parallel now. He's incredible, man.
I'm so excited for this interview. We're going to spotlight some of the restaurants you've worked at. This guy's an entrepreneur and a restaurateur to be. He's got some pop-ups on the horizon that I'm excited to feature. Will Bryant Curley is in the house. He's watching right now.
Yeah.
Aaron King is watching right now from Feast. Give it a like. Give it a share on any of the Facebook pages you're watching. If you guys want to relay some commentary to John, I'm happy to do that. Kate Caldwell's watching. What up, Kate? I saw her at the post office today. Lee Dye says Ferda. Is that Ferda?
Yeah, it's just from a stupid TV show. And shout out to Aaron for making the flyer for the sandwich pop-up. I really, really appreciate it.
Aaron, and I said this before we came on the show, Aaron King. I said you are a talented, talented, talented person, and I truly mean that, Aaron King. All right, let's talk about the rise to executive chef.
Okay.
You go to Whiskey Jar first as an EC. Is that your first EC position?
Yeah, definitely. Just kind of, I got hired on as a sous chef there and just moved up through, being cocky and thinking I can do it and thinking I can do it and knowing I can do it and then having to do it and realizing that I was pretty good at it. And Josh and Wilson gave me the job, and I fulfilled the job to what they wanted me to fulfill it to. And when they transferred me over to Commonwealth, my sous chef David, who you've met, and then like our lead line cook, if you will, Taylor, she moved up to sous chef, and they're just taking it that much further, which is really awesome.
Taylor and David, rock stars.
Yeah, it's a proud moment,
Yeah, why proud moment?
It's just worked with guys for almost 2 years, and Taylor had worked there right when I started, and then we had a different chef come in. And she wasn't working there anymore. He took her off the schedule because she was just a part-timer, and he was trying to honor the full-time guys' time. And then as soon as I took over, I think it was like the first or second day I had the chef position. And I can't figure out if she did this on purpose or not, but her and her friend popped into the back while we were cleaning up and was like, "Do you want your job back? I need you to take your job back," And she came on, and here we are now. So.
Whiskey Jar, I think, is fantastic.
It is, man.
Priced fairly. The food is good.
Yeah.
I think oftentimes
It's
on the
really
mall,
good.
so good.
Yeah.
It really is. And also, like, it feels like a much-needed need. I think one of the reasons, like, the Whiskey Jar, besides the food being good, besides the bourbon and the brown liquor, I'm a huge brown liquor guy. I think the downtown mall, these 8 blocks in some ways, I'm like, instead of a white cloth napkin,
Yeah.
I'm a paper towel guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing
And
fancy is
nothing
the
fancy.
brand,
Yeah, right. I'm just like, I was wearing a tank top when you walked in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like you're the same way. And I feel like,
definitely.
like the Whiskey Jar and like, say, Citizen Burger Bar, like these types of concepts, they're so different than a lot of the concepts that are downtown.
Yeah,
And
for
because
sure.
of that, they are always busy.
Oh,
Throw
yeah.
that to you.
Yeah, I mean, Whiskey Jar is always busy.
Always busy.
Yeah, it's incredible. Everyone that wants to own a business sometime wants to own a business that's busy, like the Whiskey Jar, or busy like Continental Divide, or busy like Citizen. And busy's good, busy's fun. Standing around is never good. And the food is incredible and it's consistent. I just was like, since I transferred up to Commonwealth, hadn't eaten there in a while, and I stopped by a couple weeks ago to pick up like a half a hog and had one of the guys fry some chicken for me, and we went back to the restaurant and just destroyed it. And my wife was working lunch, and I texted her and was like, "Can you bring us some more fried chicken, please?" And she did, and we destroyed that too. And it's the best fried chicken around here. So.
I didn't know your wife was in the game.
Yeah.
Where's she work?
She works at Whiskey Jar.
Really?
Yeah, she works lunch over there a few days a week.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that how you met?
No, we met at Parallel.
Okay.
Yeah.
You met at Parallel 38? Was
Yep.
she front of the house?
Yeah.
And you're back of the house?
Yeah.
How does the back of the house guy charm a front of the house gal?
I don't know. Well, you have to ask her.
I have to ask her.
Yeah.
How'd you charm her? Give me the love story. You got a lot of people watching right now. Leslie
Oh,
Gourdet,
man.
welcome to the show. Aaron Slow, welcome to the show.
I don't know.
Did you know right away?
Yeah, actually, I did. And
You did?
people say like that they knew right away, but I definitely did with her. So
And what was it?
I don't know, man. The way she looked at me, I guess. I don't want to be like too romantic or.
I like
know
that
what I
you're
mean?
being romantic. I like this
Yeah.
side of John Shaughnessy.
Yeah, well, it was great. I definitely had the hots for her right when she started. I took some extra time to train her,
Yeah.
with the sourcing and ingredients and stuff like that.
Did she know right away with John Shaughnessy?
I don't know, probably.
Yeah?
Yeah, she might have had an inkling, yeah.
I love it. Is it difficult with both you guys in the same industry?
It can
being
be.
parents?
It can be. I mean, childcare is like a bear, but that's
It's
really
tough.
Yeah, that's really the only source of frustration, really. She's actually helping me with the pop-ups, and she's serving at Bar Natural with Will Curley, and she'll be serving at the sandwich pop-up with my brother and I. She's really good at what she does, so I bring her along with me when I have projects and stuff like that.
I love it. Keith Smith
Or
and
try to talk
Fluvanna.
her into it.
Welcome to the show, guys. He's got some pop-ups coming up that we're going to spotlight. He's got, I think, and I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty. I think he's got a restaurant concept that is so close to being tangible that I think it's going to be like hugely impactful in Charlottesville's restaurant scene.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to spotlight that. I want to throw this to you here. When you went from Whiskey Jar to Commonwealth Skybar, were you like, dude, do I want to make this leap?
Yeah, it was
Was there
definitely daunting.
hesitation?
No, I think I purposely didn't hesitate. I was like, I'm all in, because for a little while I did both of them, and that was crazy. And coming into the spring, Will knew. He was like, all right, we're coming into busy season for
You
both.
were ECing at both at the same time?
Yeah.
Damn.
Walking back and forth. And it was crazy, but my bosses, Will and Josh, they knew. They were like, we're coming into busy season. We got to get this guy some relief here at Whiskey Jar so he can focus. And my time naturally progressed to be spending more time at Commonwealth just because that's
Because they needed the most help.
Yeah, with the restaurant group, Wilson says, whoever's got the rusty wheel, you'll see me. And the rustiest wheel was Commonwealth, so I spent the most time there. Whiskey Jar is just it's just always busy, like I said, and the prep list is always long. Guys always show up. They always bang out the prep list. You come in at night, you get crushed, and then you go home, and it's just proverbial meat grinder of a business. Or as Commonwealth, it took a lot of small tasks and getting the guys on to clean and refocus and work cleaner, and develop a menu that was able to be put out consistently, training the staff and trying to break some of the line cooks of bad habits and things like that, which is a lot harder to do than it is to say. Bad habits are very hard to break, especially when it's somebody else's bad habits you're trying to break.
Right.
It's damn near impossible, but the guys that are still with me are kicking ass, and I'm thankful for them for sticking around and staying with me and being a part of the gradual change and stuff like that.
We create what we call sizzle reels on the show, and they're highlight reels from the show that we cut from the long concept, shorter ones.
Okay.
Let's make this the first one here, Harris. And this is the first sizzle reel. Is John Shaughnessy. What makes you, do you think, a great executive chef? What is being a great executive
Am I
chef?
a great
I think
executive
you
chef?
are.
I
I've
don't
heard from
know.
a lot of people that you are.
Well, thank you to them, and thank you to you.
What makes a great executive chef?
A leader.
Yeah.
A leader.
Don't you are a leader.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I think like playing sports growing up helped a lot.
You got this confidence to you, dude.
Okay.
I mean, I
Well,
truly
thanks.
think you do.
I appreciate it. I think it's just about leading guys, and like camaraderie. I think is 90% of it. The cooking is just the task that you're doing, but being on a team is like you're always on that team. I'm texting people at 12:30 at night. Did you order this? Or 8:30 in the morning, or 10:30 in the morning, whatever, when they're trying to sleep. And if you have a shitty leader, you're like, oh fuck that guy, I'm not going to answer him. But my guys always text me back, and they know it's for the cause. It's for the restaurant, it's for the check, if you will. And And luckily I have a great big team of guys that are like really, really care and are really proud about what they're doing. And I'd like to think proud to be on a team with me and happy that I'm leading them.
I love that answer. That's a great sizzle reel right there. How about here's the second one, Harris, coming up. How about the influence of Wilson Ritchie? Wilson Ritchie is like, he's been on the show.
Yeah.
Wilson Ritchie, I believe Wilson's watching right now. Let's thank some of the people that are watching. Alicia, thank you for watching right now. Harrison Keeble in the house, he's watching right now. Laura Jackson's watching right now. Jason Barnett, Daniel Kaufman of Public is watching right now. Ryan of Disco Risque is watching right now. Throw this to you. Wilson Ritchie, I think, is the man.
He is absolutely the man. He is
Right.
our Lord and Savior.
Yeah. Throw a Wilson Ritchie sizzle reel out there. Give me anywhere you want to go about Wilson.
He has the best palate out of anyone, and he's not afraid to let you know like critical points that you need to work on, and he catches everything. And his critiques are extremely helpful. He knows his shit, man. He runs really, really well-run restaurants. His restaurant group is incredible. It still feels like a small business, and he really, really takes care of the people that put in the time for him. And I mean, what more could you ask? You know, he really, really has taken great care of me, and I could not be doing all of this if it wasn't for him. So, forever grateful, you know, to him and to Josh and Will Curley and all those guys that employ me and make me proud of what I'm doing and help me along my way.
You've touched on this already. What are some of the things why you see him as being successful? I mean, he's got restaurants that are like in so many different niches. I mean, he was the guy that helped launch the Wine Guild.
Yeah.
He was the guy that was the founder of Revolutionary Soup. You know, helped launch the Pie Chest, helped launch the Bebedero, helped launch the Whiskey Jar, managed Commonwealth Skybar when they were a rut. 10-course hospitality comes in over there and helps manage it.
Yeah.
He's got his hands in a lot of stuff.
He's just extremely good at executing his vision. I think that's what it is. And he doesn't ever look back, you know.
He's got some balls, man.
Yeah, he does.
Real? I mean, because this is no easy game, and there's a ton of freaking restaurants in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
And he's opening them, and he's like, I ain't afraid to do it.
No, he's definitely not. He's killing it.
Talk to me about that.
Well, about the opening multiple restaurants, or
anything you want to do.
What I want to do,
or anything he's doing well that you can pull from him.
Well, he's doing 99% of everything well. You know, I've never seen anything that he doesn't do well. You know, he's a great manager. He says he knows everyone's name that works in all the restaurants that he has, or manages, or is affiliated with. He works harder than all of us. You know, I don't mean to be like brown-nosing, but I mean, he's a fantastic boss. He works his ass off. And it's easy to work 70 hours a week for someone that you know is working just as hard or harder than you for 75 or 80 hours a week.
I love that answer.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal. That's the end of the second sizzle reel right there. All right, let's start. And here we're going to start a third one, Harris. And this is going to be about John Shaughnessy. Will Vanderland, welcome to the program. James Watson, thank you for joining us live on 7 Facebook channels across the I Love CVille network. If you have some commentary you want to relay to Chef, some questions, some perspective, put it in the chat box and I will relay it to him. John Shaughnessy, entrepreneur, restaurateur, worked every position in a kitchen. Okay, now doing pop-ups at Citizen Bowl Shop.
Yeah.
You did a couple two already?
Just one already.
Just one already.
Next one's this Friday, and the third one's the following Friday.
Okay, so
The 26th.
talk to me about the pop-ups that are happening.
Okay, so the two, one with my brother this coming Sunday. It's just a Shaughnessy Brothers sandwich thing. It's just a couple simple sandwiches on Skybar. We're not open Sunday nights up there, or Sunday evenings. So we were just like, you know, let's just make the bread and make some simple sandwiches. And one, generate some more income for Skybar. Two, but maybe, you know, generate some income for ourselves and for our name and our brand that we want to eventually, you know, have brick and mortar. And the other is Bar Natural with Will Curley.
Is he now behind the Wine Guild?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
And Patrick McClure of Citizen Bowl and that restaurant group. And we went all out for that. It's just very simple, but I know Simon Davison said, he says it's simple, but it's not simple. It's just a classic like family bistro food. And
Bar Natural.
Yeah, like French country classics, and intended to not be anything like Petit Pois where I was before.
Sure, Brian Helleberg.
Yeah, because he's also a great, inspiration and great boss of mine from my past. And
you've worked at a lot of places.
Yeah, definitely. In doing the French bistro food, I was like, I have to do this in a way that does not emulate his restaurant in any capacity other than the region.
The fact that it's French.
The region that the inspiration comes from. So I did my best to do that, and I'm really excited about the food that we're doing there. Very excited about it. So the first one was a success. It was really busy. I had one gentleman helping me shuck oysters and make a salad and cut some cheeses, but it was just myself, and I was cooking all the hot food and everything like that. And we didn't have a dishwasher, so the servers are like trying to wash dishes. The guy helping me is trying to wash dishes.
How many covers did you do?
I don't know. Probably 60 or 70.
Damn.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
Just you and someone shucking oysters.
Yeah, and
in
helping
the back
me
of the house.
Yeah, he was helping me with dishes and stuff like that too. I'm very, very grateful that I had him. Because if it was just me, it would have been a fucking nightmare. I would have pushed through, but it was. We opened at 6, and I feel like the whole restaurant was full at 7, or at least 80% full, and everyone seemed to really enjoy the food, and that was like, you go into something and you're like, man, what if fucking 5 people show up,
right?
And you go home with your head hanging low and stuff. But
there's a sense of vulnerability.
We blew it out of the water, and we were
awesome.
we were 20-30% over what we expected. And
did you run out of food?
No, I didn't. Which is good, because a lot of it's I had like batched it off and left it at the restaurant for the next one and stuff like that. And so, no, didn't run out of food, which is great. I was also worried about that I would like run out of food at 7:30, and everyone would be like, yeah, this clown did a pop-up and ran out of food at 7:30, But no, that wasn't the case, and we weren't slow. It was busy. Apologize for any long ticket times to anybody, but that's the reason why. But I felt like I cranked it out, and I was definitely in the like, I am cooking so many different items on so many different stations at the moment that I don't even have time to check off what I've sent and read the tickets that are coming in. And right at that moment, Will stepped in and started expoing to me, I need you to do 3 of these, 2 of these, 4 of these, 5 of these, and it just pulled me out of the weeds, and it was perfect timing on his part, and saved the day. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So Bar Natural.
Yeah.
Second pop-up is this Friday.
Yeah, 6
at
to 11.
Citizen Bowl Shop, 6 to 11 p.m.
Check it out, please. My
Check
brother will
it
be
out.
here. Rick Cade will be cooking with me.
I love it.
He's flying. My brother's flying in today.
Sell this out. 6 to 11 p.m.
Yeah.
this Friday at Citizen Bowl Shop, Bar Natural. Let's keep this third sizzle reel going, because I want to talk about his Shanesy Bros pop-up, which is this Sunday at Commonwealth Skybar.
Yeah. So we're doing 3 sandwiches: vegetarian, pork sandwich, and a chicken sandwich as well.
Nice.
He's making all the breads. We're making all the breads. We're doing the prep and stuff like that. It'll be simple, just 3 sandwiches and 3 sides to choose from. And we'll have live music up there, which will be cool, and like cold canned beers or cocktails or whatever you want,
Nice.
Water if you want. But it's just going to be, like I said, a good way to be open in a nice hot summer day. Come get a cold drink and a good sandwich,
That's like my perfect meal.
Yeah, try to generate some business to the downtown mall on a Sunday evening when most people are just relaxing or whatever.
I love it. So this Sunday, Skybar.
Yep.
Shanesy Bros pop-up.
11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Or when we run out.
And they're going to run out of food, so get there early. I'm going to bring the fam to this one.
Awesome.
That's the third sizzle reel right there. Let's thank some of the folks that are watching. Rasheen Watkins, Christopher Thomas, Deidre Elaine, Brian Frankie's watching right now. You got the local restaurant group watching right now. You got the Aberdeen Barn watching right now. Nice. Guys, give it a like, give it a share on any of the 7 Facebook pages that you're watching on. How about how much do you dream and think of and plan and strategize a John Shaughnessy restaurant?
I don't want to admit it.
Does it consume you?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It really does.
My business is 11 years old, was 11 years old this past May.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I remember when launching it.
Takes a lot of work.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, I tell people that I have 2 kids. I got my 15-month-old son.
Yeah.
And then I got this 11-year-old kid.
Yeah.
This, like, thing.
Who's constantly kicking your ass.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, probably harder than my 15-month-old son.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, this morning, I was Windexing the door and taking out the trash.
Yeah, definitely.
And then doing the checkbook, payables and receivables.
Yeah.
And then sending a contract out. Where I'm going with this is John Shaughnessy, the consumption and the mental consumption of you launching this business anywhere you want to go.
It's pretty much nonstop. I mean, I have to, like we were talking about in the beginning of our interview, I have to dedicate, most of my time to Commonwealth while I'm working, and most of my time at home to my family. But every little gap, whether I'm, in the bathroom or out on the porch on the phone, it's just this constant, building a list of needs and equipment, and I have a huge, really long thing of just dish ideas for the Bar Natural and possibly brick and mortar or restaurant or business, which way we go with it or not. But it's just constant. It's a constant thought process. I think about it while you're asking me questions.
Would Bar Natural be the brand?
I hope so.
So that's the potential restaurant.
Yeah, I hope so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, some strategy. Let's spitball strategy.
Okay.
Buy the URL. Do you own the URL already?
I believe Will Curley does, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So you own the URL. Second piece of advice is go to all the social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of them. Get all the handles.
Will Curley's got that.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Next strategy I want to throw to you is what is going to separate Bar Natural from what's on the market already?
Well,
because there's a lot of fucking shit on the market right now.
There's a lot, but there's also a lot of B- shit on the market.
That's
right
true.
now,
that is true.
I mean, I wouldn't even give them that high of a grade. There's probably 10 restaurants in Charlottesville that are really, really great.
Really? You think 10?
I mean, that's just a roundabout answer.
Who's on that list for you?
IVN, C&O, Whiskey Jar.
You threw Continental in there, right?
Of course, Continental Divide is on that list.
Yeah.
It's hard to think of it while
you're
just
on
the spot. Yeah,
right.
Super on the spot.
Right, and you got a lot of them watching right now, John.
Yeah, definitely. Paradox Pastry is a big one.
That is a good one. Jenny's rock star.
She really is.
Yeah.
She is a hero in this business.
And
she is such
busts
a
her
badass.
tail.
Yeah. Oh, she did this business out of her basement with janky, shitty old equipment, and then she's so talented. Her work ethic and her craft is what has brought her the success to her. And, also all of the little things that she does, like running a business and training the staff and everything. She's very encompassed and very good at all the things that go along with it. And that's what I aspire to do.
She used to be a personal trainer. And I see this focused, almost personal trainer mindset of how she goes about her business.
She's like Wilson and I have this vision and I'm going to see it through. And there's no one that's going to stop her.
Who are some of the influences you've had? So you've mentioned Wilson,
her,
Jenny.
Yeah.
Okay. Justin.
Brian Helleberg.
Yeah,
Justin
Brian
Ross.
Helleberg's the man.
Yeah, he's incredible. Local inspirations or overall and
anything.
I mean, those guys definitely, the ones that I've worked for that have taught me a lot are the automatic inspirations. I don't necessarily find inspirations in the tweezer food that people look at on Instagram and stuff like that. No one gives. I don't give a shit about that, and I don't want to go eat at those restaurants.
That's not what I want to eat either.
I mean, maybe once every 5 years.
Dude, I want a super heady sandwich and a cold beer.
Yeah, there you go.
And like a paper towel.
And that's the kind of business or brand that I want to be if I was to open a place. I don't want to be, new American cuisine. I want to be cooking like turn of the century French food or sandwiches.
So if you go down this road, would the sandwiches just be the headiest? I mean, what's going to separate you?
What's going to separate? You mean like with the Shanesy Brothers pop-up thing?
Yeah. Or Bar Natural.
Well, our bread program is incredible. My brother is trained in New York City for a long time, and nothing can compare to his craft and his product that he has. That's incredible, and I don't think I give myself enough credit, but I really enjoy cooking that food, so the passion's really in there. And Will Curley is a front of house guru. He
really is.
Yeah,
Will Curley, you're the man. He's watching right now.
Oh, how's it going?
Yeah,
Will?
he is the man.
Yeah, but he's incredible with service. Incredible
Was he
with
at the
wine.
Bebedero at one time?
Well,
Before
he was in 10 course, and he helped us all. He
Okay.
was Whiskey Jar, Bebedero, Brasserie Saison primarily, and Commonwealth too. So it's a natural wine. The natural comes from natural wine, but it also comes from natural leaven. So there's no yeast in the bread, and it's all like the naturally fermented bulk fermentation project. And the biodynamic wines that Will has on the menu and things like that really go hand in hand with the food that we're doing. It's not overly processed. There's not 30 ingredients. I think I might have read an interview with Dylan, who's a friend of mine, Dylan Allwood.
I love
Talent.
Dylan.
He was just saying, it's like, everyone says the older they get, the less shit they do on the plate, and how he's like starting to feel that way. So shout out to him and his cover photo on Blue Ridge, the oysters with the butter.
Yeah, edible Blue Ridge.
I think so. Yeah. It's a great photo, but I'm that way too. That dish he put out that made the cover or whatever is gorgeous, and it's like 4 ingredients, and I really like that. And that's kind of the approach for Bar Natural, is like a really, really incredible wine, incredible bread, incredible food, and in a atmosphere that's not stuffy, not white tablecloth. You might be able to come and eat 10 sardines with goose fat, but you can do it with a paper napkin, and you don't have to put a fucking button-down shirt on. You can wear a Metallica shirt, because I'll probably be wearing a Metallica shirt.
That's good. And I'm going to come in a tank top.
Great.
I love it.
And yeah, VIP all the way. Anybody comes in with a tank top on.
Will Brian Curley's giving you the thumbs up over here. Our buddy Curtis Shaver's watching from Peloton Station. We are live on 7 channels across the I Love CVille network, 7 Facebook pages. If you have any commentary that you'd like to relay to Chef, I'm happy to relay it to him. We got this from Louise. She's watching in Crozet. I'm enjoying the interview. Jerry, John, what are your favorite restaurants in Charlottesville and why? You've touched on this already a little bit. She just jumped in. Give me a couple that are your favorite and why.
Well, Whiskey Jar. I can say that now. Now that I don't work there anymore. The food's just really good there. The atmosphere is great. The bar team is great. The servers are very welcoming. There's always live music there. It's a great atmosphere. So Whiskey Jar is one of them. I really like Fabio's Pizza.
Love Fabio's. Their steak and cheese is the bomb.
It's really good.
It's so good. Do you get that?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good. Sometimes we'll get an extra large pizza and a steak and cheese and split it and eat the whole thing.
What is John Shaughnessy's like go-to meal?
My go-to meal.
If you had your pick of anything, drink and food.
I don't know. Oh man. My go-to meal. I like middle America classic like bastardized shitty tacos, like the packet sauce, as I just ate it growing up, and
Okay.
There's something about it that's special. But if I was going in a restaurant sense, I really like raw oysters and pate. I really like halibut's one of my favorite fish ever. I can eat that with anything and eat it every day. But I don't know, man. I just like simple food. Like good sandwiches are really my go-to.
Me too. That is my go-to. Is good heady sandwiches. Chris
Yeah.
Wright says, "Chef, do you think fine dining is dying in Charlottesville or across the country?" That's a good question.
Well, I don't think fine dining is really dying because there's really successful fine dining restaurants popping up all over the country. I think that people don't necessarily like to have to get dressed up, and they want to put their hair down and enjoy themselves. And in that template of a restaurant, it's very stuffy, and restaurants are to relax, and they're for restoration. Right? I mean, that's what the word comes from, and. If you have to get all dressed up and go out and eat very proper and everything, I mean, what is the comfortability in that, But Riverside, like you said, you can go in there in a tank top, drink however many beers you want. And
I did that 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, there you go.
3 Bud Heavies and a double bacon cheeseburger and a basket of fries.
Nice.
And I was feeling good.
And you felt great.
I felt great.
And it didn't matter what you wore.
And I didn't care that people, you're not judged.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just chill. And then my kid who's
turning
screaming,
your nose up at people is like, people don't want that,
Right.
And that, I think that's commonly associated with fine dining restaurants. It's like...
It's unfortunate.
That person's wearing a
Sandals,
button-down shirt
rainbows.
from Walmart and rainbows.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to be made to feel like shit just because I worked my ass off to afford this tasting menu.
Love that.
I barely have any like really nice clothes that I could go out into and dinner, like to a nice fine dining dinner. And but that's because I work a lot and spend a lot of time with my son and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I'll
how
be
can you wear
damned.
nice clothes when your kid is spitting up on them?
Yeah,
I know.
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do it.
No.
We got a question coming in from Richmond. Jerry, I love your show. I'm a line cook at Pasture. Will you ask Chef what he thinks about smartphones and how it's impacting restaurants? That's a good question.
Smartphone. I don't know. I think it's great from a media outlet with Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that, taking photos of your food and things like that. But I think it's become a huge problem as a distraction tool. And it's also, I think, to be honest with you, I think it's a memory issue. I think if you have the ability to Google search something, you won't keep it in your mental Rolodex like the phone number thing. It's like we all remember our phone number from when we grew up, right? But no one remembers anyone's phone number nowadays.
That's right.
But because you had to remember that phone number.
Right.
If you have to remember the dish, you won't Google it on your phone, And I think it's important to put your phone away most of the time. If you want to promote yourself, use it as a tool to promote yourself. Or if you need to call an order in or something like that, that's great. But I actually like to answer the house phone at Commonwealth and sometimes put the orders in on the house phone and just kind of and everyone's guilty of it. I'm not saying I'm not guilty of using my phone at work and things like that, but I think it's just a big distraction, to be honest with you.
Kevin O'Mara, a legend at Miller's on the 3rd floor, is watching right now. Matt Drennan, thank you for joining us. Timothy Fallis, Jason Barnett, thank you for joining us. Give it a like and share on any of the Facebook pages that you're watching.
Timmy's our bar manager. He's really awesome.
Yeah?
Young talent, yeah.
At Skybar?
Yeah.
Skybar's a great spot that's fostering a lot of talent, front and back of the house. Throw this to you. You started your Facebook page back up again.
Yeah, last night. Because I didn't know how to stream this shit. I was like, fuck, how am I going to tell Jerry
For
I don't
this
have
show.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this aspect. I mean, building a brand.
Yeah.
When you're a chef that's thinking about launching a business.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. It's that ties in with the cell phone question. It's like, I got rid of that because it just becomes too much. You're just sitting there scrolling.
It annoyed the hell out of you.
Yeah.
I can put this in perspective. I'm going to embarrass him here. We sent him the I Love CVille e-newsletter. And then he responded after his first response on the I Love CVille newsletter. I'm going to embarrass you.
Oh,
and he
no.
said, get me off this shit. And then John now is back on social. And I think one of the reasons he kills it on Instagram, follow him on Instagram. I think one of the reasons you're back on social is you realizing that you're going to have to build this brand.
You're absolutely right. You're 100% correct. And I've definitely tried to avoid it for the longest possible time. But was sinking all my time in, and once Will Curley approached me about the Bar Natural thing, it was like, man, I am fucking game on 100%. I don't care about not having, Facebook distractions, whatever. If I need to use it to promote myself, promote our brand and what we're doing, I'll use it as a tool to my advantage, and that's how it's going to be,
I love that. How about this question? Chefs now are a brand themselves.
Yeah, they are.
There's the restaurant brand, and then there's the chef brand.
Yeah.
Throw that to you.
Well, walk that line carefully,
Why you say that? Because sometimes
because
chefs get after it?
Yeah, well, you work for somebody. Don't forget that, man.
That's a good point.
And if you want to open your business and you want to work for yourself, that's great. Achieve that goal and then do it. But, you know, give your time to the people that are writing your paycheck or you know, the restaurant that you have been able to use as a platform to promote yourself. If it wasn't for the restaurant you're working in, you wouldn't be able to do that. So yeah, you know, chefs are a brand, if you will, and that's a wonderful, great thing. You know, you've done a very great job and worked diligently to support all these cooks and chefs in this city, and we all really appreciate it.
It's fun. I like you guys.
Well,
my
thanks.
best buddies are like chefs. I mean, Curtis was in my wedding. He's watching right now.
Nice.
I mean, there's nothing I would rather do.
He's a sandwich guru in Charlottesville. Huh?
I mean, he's pretty good at it.
Yeah, he used to sell out at Hamilton's, right?
Yeah,
Didn't he do that,
the Sandwich Lab.
Okay.
At Hamilton's, he would create 20 sandwiches
And sell out in 5
put them
minutes.
on Facebook, and sell it in 5 minutes. And
Good
I think
for
it's
him.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely brilliant. Throw this.
And that's
to you
awesome.
here.
And that was a great way.
Great
of-
concept.
Yeah, absolutely.
Limited food waste.
But he was killing it at Hamilton's.
Yeah.
Came up with a great idea, killed it,
And then created a
stepped
restaurant
out.
from it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He did it the right way.
In a
And
lot
I
of
respect
ways-
Curtis for that. That's
yeah,
really great.
Well said. Curtis, you hear that? Well said from John. A lot of ways, Wilson is doing the same thing. Rachel Pennington was the, and help me here, she created the pies for the whiskey jar.
Yeah, she was I don't know her past or like her baking experience past, but she started working at Whiskey Jar, and she has an extreme aptitude for baking, obviously. And Will saw that and helped her along her way to become a business owner.
And now she owns the Pie Chest on 4th and a Pie Chest on High Street.
Yeah, East High.
East
over
High.
by Fabio's.
Yeah, by Fabio's, and she's crushing it.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Hamilton of Hamilton's Restaurant, in a lot of ways, is the same thing. He took Tim Gerhardt, who was his pastry guy and desserts guy at Hamilton's, and helped foster what is now Gerhardt's Chocolate.
Yeah.
And then he took
National
Ty.
acclaim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're huge.
Yeah.
They're big time.
Yeah.
And then he took Ty, who was a front of the house waiter, and they helped create, Bill Hamilton did, fostering the talent on his waitstaff to build Sticks Kebab Shop.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and now Peloton.
I ate there last night.
Yeah, Sticks is great.
Yeah, it's
and,
wonderful.
And Peloton Station, Curtis was the chef at Hamilton's and is now one of the owners at Peloton Station. So a lot of I'll throw this to you. A lot of guys that are like in Bill Hamilton's position or Wilson Ritchie's position, even Andy McClure, who owns Citizen Burger Bar and the Biltmore and the Virginian and Bell, that just opened in Belmont. A lot of these entrepreneurs and owners are creating offshoot brands from the talent in their restaurants. Throw that to you.
Yeah, and good for them. I mean, that's incredible. I hope to do that sometime too. You know, but I mean what they're doing is great. You know, they, like you said on one of your last podcasts, it's like the entrepreneur. It should be easier to get these things. Like they go out and put all of their personal credentials and financials on the line to open a business, to employ people in the community, and then when people from that community have worked super hard for them, they are honored by the assistance of the person that owns the business that they went to work for in the first place. And like that is an absolutely incredible circle, and great, and it's very prevalent in the restaurant business, and that's a wonderful thing.
I love that. Well said. Well said. Dr. Scott Wagner, welcome to the show. Dr. Wagner, we love you on this broadcast. Your boy Dylan Allwood watching right now.
Nice.
Dylan, love you, homie. Let me throw this to you. We filled an hour. It's been so easy, dude, and that's a testament to you. It literally flew by. I want to spotlight what you're doing again here shortly. Mm-hmm. Before I want to do that, how about some advice to a dad who's less in the game than you? You're 2.5 years in. I'm not even at the 18-month marker. Give me some love, dude. Give me some advice, because, dude, it is so freaking hard. Every day is so different.
Yeah, it really is. It's definitely a new day. Like he's like teaching himself how to jump, and now he's like super proud of it.
Right. My kid's now at the climbing point where he's climbing on everything.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, the other day I was giving him a bath. Before I gave him a bath, I took off his diaper. Mm-hmm. And before I took off his diaper, literally as I'm taking off his diaper, he chooses to crap all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm like, okay, at least he's going in the bath.
Yeah.
And then I drop him in the bath, and then he chooses to pee all over the floor before he gets into the bath.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is awesome, man.
It is awesome. It is really awesome.
Throw that to you, anywhere you want to go.
Oh, man. I don't know if I'm in the place to be giving anybody advice. But
you're deeper in the game than I am.
It's the same game, though.
That's true.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I just, like I said, maybe just try to get away from the phone and the computers and
That's good
televisions and I don't know, sit in the yard and eat
You
some
guys limit
sandwiches.
screen time with your kid?
But kind of, not really. I mean, we play a lot with like trucks and stuff like that, and
Nice.
I'm very happy that we have a lot of like outdoor toys, and we have a yard now and all that, and moved out kind of like past Monticello by a few miles, and so it's really cool to have a yard and like play with him in the yard. That's a huge thing, and he's kind of getting the outside kind of thing. So we just wake up and go outside. It's
One of
pretty
my
awesome.
favorite things is, and we both work our tails off. One of my favorite things is coming home and seeing him like smile.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my
it's
God.
the best welcome ever.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so hard to put into words until like your kid does it to you.
Yeah.
And he like recognizes you.
Yeah.
And then smiles. It like melts my heart.
Yeah, me too. Like after work, and like I'd come up and turn the light on in the front porch, and he sees me from the couch. He's like, "Dad," and it's like, "Yeah, man,
Right.
I'm home. Fuck, the rest of the day is done.
Right.
I can relax."
You're forgetting like
Yeah.
all that stress. All right, final word for you guys. He's got 2 pop-ups coming up. One pop-up is this Friday at Citizen Bowl Shop.
Yeah.
Is it 6 to 11?
6 p.m. to 11 p.m.
6 p.m. to 11 p.m.
First come,
It's
first
Bar
serve.
Natural. First come, first serve. Get there. What can we expect?
Great food, great wine. My wife will be in the front of house with Will Curley. I'll be in the back with my brother and Rick, and no weeds this time. But I hope that I hope it blows up and a ton of people are there, and I am in the weeds. But
I hope you're in the weeds too, because that's a
Yeah.
good problem.
yeah, definitely sardines, bone marrow, pate, head cheese. Really ripened, properly ripened cheeses. So good salads, good tomatoes.
This Friday, Citizen Bowl Shop. The next pop-up is Sunday, starting at 11 a.m. at Commonwealth
Yeah.
Skybar. Shanesy Bros.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
It's my brother and I just cooking out of the Commonwealth kitchen for event upstairs, which Skybar is usually closed, but it's the summer. It's wonderful outside, live band, good sandwiches. That's about it, man. We're hoping to sell that out too. We have like 120, 140, so we'll sell out quick.
I love it. I love it. Mrs. Miller, you're watching right now. Let's go there Sunday, please. James Stockton, new owner of Michael's Bistro, watching the program. Harris, let's promote. Harris Tolber's our director. Let's promote the hell out of both the pop-ups, please. You crushed it, dude. This was
Thank
so
you.
easy.
Yeah, always a pleasure.
Serious
You're
respect.
a wonderful interviewer. You lead the charge, man.
Well, thank you. I just stay out of the way, and you hit a grand slam, man.
Well,
John Shaughnessy is the executive chef at Commonwealth Skybar. This Friday, Citizen Bowl Shop, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Support this guy. Support local and support someone who's busted their ass. Sunday at 11 a.m., if you like sandwiches and cold beer, if you like cocktails, Commonwealth Skybar. Support local, support someone who's busting their ass. Joe Finazzo, Sal's Cafe Italia watching.
Yes.
Laura Fonner at Dooner's watching the program. Welcome to the show. We close the program the same way every time, and we do not make this about religion. We make this about treating other people how you want to be treated yourself. It's the golden rule. Okay? It is so simple. Treat other people how you want to be treated yourself, and watch the positive impact it has across our entire community. It's the golden rule. Embody it, please. Tomorrow we have John Kluge on the show. He's a social entrepreneur. He's going to join us on the program. Joe Finazzo says, John's Shaughnessy, love it. I will see you this weekend.
Great.
Support this dude. He's a phenomenal person. Local, father, busting his ass.
Thank you.
It's the I Love CVille Show. I love connecting with you guys on this platform, and I love spotlighting Charlottesville and love putting heady, positive vibes into the ecosystem in CVille. Thank you to Harris Tolber, Judah Wickower, and Lauren Linsky. We will see you tomorrow at 12:30 with John Kluge. Enjoy your afternoon. Crush it.
Thanks, man.
Seriously,
Awesome.
crush it. It was so easy. It was
Yeah,
so
that's
easy.
great.
One more thing. We'll take your photo. Judah's gonna